back again. I've managed to nab two more Gaels. I'm here with Keno and Darlene. Keno, what's your full name? Sorry, I never got it up.
My name?
Yeah.
My name is Brian Keane. Oh, okay. I think we've revealed a secret today. Like, not many people know that.
You were mentioning like editorial rights. Do you want me to cut that out, or is it okay to get it out there into the ether?
I think people need to know. The public needs to know.
Finally, they need to know the real Brian Keane.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this, lads. Darlene, you're just back from the AGGs. Yeah. How'd it go? Can you just speak right into the mic there as well, Darlene?
Yeah. We just came back.
I just talked to Anya and Molly. So you girls did well. You brought home the plate.
Yeah.
Was that your first AGG?
AGG is my third time, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, third or fourth times. I don't remember. This is my sixth games, actually.
How long have you been involved with the Gaels?
2019.
Since 2019, right. Keno, you've been around a while, eh?
A little bit longer than that, yeah. I first arrived in Korea in 2008.
Yeah.
So I joined the Gaels pretty much straight away. One of my mates was playing for them, and he just said, hey, you doing anything on Saturday? It's like, no. Okay. So 2008, that's like 15 years. So yeah, I've been here a long time. Yeah.
Did you play back in Ireland?
Yeah, I played when I was younger. I grew up in Kerry, so when I was young, played football, went to watch football matches, all that. So it was a big part of my life.
So you've been in Korea like consistently since 2008?
Yeah.
And how's the Gaels kind of helped you settle here, or are you settled here?
Well, that remains to be seen. No, the Gaels have been a big help for me personally. Most of my friends I've made through the Seoul Gaels. It's my main social outlet. We train twice a week. We meet up at the weekends. I made a lot of very good friends here.
Yeah.
And even when I go to other countries, a lot of people from the Gaels have lived here for a while and then traveled to other places. So when I go to other cities, like I go to Amsterdam or Barcelona or somewhere, there's always someone living there who I know through the Gaels.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So I can go and meet up with them.
Yeah.
And also it keeps me kind of active. It's a sport as well. So we train, we keep in good shape and all that. And I think the main thing I was thinking about lately is that it keeps me young. You know, I'm spending a lot of time with people who are a lot younger than me, and it kind of keeps me young and keeps me kind of alive and vital. And I do appreciate that.
63, you're looking.
Doing my best.
Darlene, how did you get connected with? Do you have any connections with Ireland, or?
I didn't have any connection about Ireland, but 2019, I met one of the girl. Her name is Rachel. She also play women Gaelic as well, and she introduced me about if you just come once, if you like to have a good training session, we have really good system, so you can come. I was like, okay. And then once I joined, I really like it.
You're really competitive. Like, I've seen you out on the field, and that's a compliment. You're a really good player.
So?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know I was competitive, but I find
nodding
it
in agreement
here.
there. Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Brings out a competitive. Did you always have that?
Sorry?
Did you always have that competitive
I didn't
side?
know.
You didn't know it was in there?
Until I come here, actually, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Then I find out actually who I am more.
Yeah. And have you learned much about Ireland through the Gaels?
Right, especially in August, I went to the island. Actually, I went to Ireland for the World Game, and I stay with Irish host family for 2 weeks to learn about Irish culture and food and people. Then yes, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I learned a lot so much. I love Ireland.
Do you find any similarities between Ireland and Korean people?
Especially the history.
Yeah, well, geographically it's quite the landmass and everything, the whole northern thing.
And you know what? The island is so similar to Jeju Island.
Yeah, I found that too when I was down in Jeju. The landscape, horses and stone walls. Yeah.
And I love it. Sounds crazy, but I like Irish weather.
Okay.
Because when we have a hot summer, 35, 38 degree. Whereas in Ireland, it's 14 or 18 degree.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's pretty refreshing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going back there maybe next year summer.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Anywhere particular you'd like to visit? So you were mostly in the north this time, right?
Yeah, I wanted to stay different the places, maybe the Kerry.
Kerry is a good choice, yes.
So I wanted to travel Kerry as well, and also I want to practice. If I have a chance, I want to practice as a junior, the non-Irish players. I want to practice. So now I have one connection, actually from this Kuala Lumpur traveling. So I met one woman from the Dublin County team, the leader or something.
Yeah.
So she talked to me that you can come and practice with us.
That's amazing.
Not a county, just a
practice with the Dublin ladies senior team. Yeah, why not?
Junior club team.
Go for it, Darlene. Go for it.
Speaking about like the connections and everything there, when you go to the games, like, are you seeing the same people? You know, the Asian Games. Are you meeting the same people, or is it very transient? Or do you know what I mean? Like, are you like the Shanghai representation? Are they the same every year? Or
most of the faces I see the same time.
That's
it's very
great.
interesting.
Yeah.
And then, especially the World Game, there are a lot of European people come as well. And then I have one girl I met from Czech team. And then I met when I was there in Czech this time.
Right.
And then she said, "Oh, why don't you come to our practice session?" I was like, "Yes." So I have one practice session with Czech Republic, Czech team. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking about this winter. I'm going to Thailand and practice with Thailand team
so
as well.
Like you're kind of on your holiday and join up with a football team, do a bit of physical exercise, connect with some new people. That's amazing.
Right, it's really good.
Yeah. So have you brought anybody with you? Have you like been bringing anybody from your social circle in with the Gaels?
Friends or something?
Yeah.
I've been trying to encourage everybody or like introduce to people, but I think for me it's really fun.
Yeah.
But for them it's like, oh, like you can do, but I can kind of like. It's really hard to bring people, especially if they are not really like sporting more.
And it's physical too.
But I've been talking to people actually whenever I have chance.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Kian, would you have worn this jersey?
Yeah.
Do this one here. Come on,
So that's our current jersey. Yeah.
Oh, that's the current one.
This the older one. Yeah. No, I wore this jersey. Yeah. This one actually has a kind of, I'm not sure what you call this, but it's the turtle ship. It's like a print of the turtle ship, the famous. The turtle ship that the Koreans used to fight the Japanese in that war, and this is the front of it, and then on the back is actually the back of the ship. I don't know if you can see that there. So
you can pull it down if you like. It's just hooked on there.
Yeah. So this is the front. Yeah, that's the turtle ship. It's the front of the ship, and on the back here is the back. And it was just like a metaphor. We decided like we were going into battle, you know, and inspired by Korea's past, Korea's historic past.
Yeah.
So this is actually my favorite jersey. I've worn there's been 3 or 4 jerseys during my time here, and I think that's my favorite one actually. Yeah.
Do you know much about like the establishment of the Gaels?
Yes. Well, the reason there is a Seoul Gaels is partly because of FIFA.
Really?
The World Cup, the Soccer World Cup was held here in 2002, here in Japan. So a bunch of Irish lads came over to watch the World Cup, and they just decided, oh, we like it here, and they stayed. Now that's the lore, that's the story, and I think that's pretty much what it was. They came over here for a year to teach English because the World Cup was here, and then they just liked it here and stayed. And there's one original founder who's still in Korea, Kevin Tobin. He lives on Jeju-do.
Right.
Yeah. So he was one of the original founders. So they were here, they watched the World Cup, and then they heard about this big Asian tournament that was happening in the autumn, and they said, oh, we might as well enter. So for about 6 weeks they trained together, dirt pitches, and then they went and they actually won the tournament. Originally it was just a men's team. They won the first 3 tournaments they played in. They won the 3 in a row. So 2002, 2003, 2004. So that's how they made their debut.
Wow.
So because the World Cup was here, there's the Butch lads came to watch the World Cup and then formed a club.
It's quite a unique story because usually I was like expecting, you know, like there was a priest who, you know, it's always usually the way. So that must have been like the first migrations of, you know, young. That was kind of I started traveling at that stage as well around 2002. It was my first kind of movement of Irish young people, not because they had to leave, because they could, and exploring around. So
well, actually, at one of our banquets a few years ago, Kevin Tobin showed a picture of a previous club that was here in Seoul. They called themselves the Kimchi Kickums.
Okay.
And I don't know how official it was. Maybe it was just a bunch of people got together. But there's a a photo somewhere. It predates our club, predates 2002.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the original, the proto Seoul Gaels, you could call them.
Okay.
And then we came along in 2002 and formed the club, and it's been going strong ever since. 21 years old. We celebrated our 20th anniversary last year when there was a big party here.
And that's with the new
crest. Yeah. So at the start it was just a men's team, and then very, very quickly we formed a women's team.
Yeah.
And we've been playing. The AGGs is the highlight of our year, but we play in the North Asian Games. We have our own tournaments here in Korea, like a Korean league, and we train throughout the year.
Yeah.
But we've been very active for the 20 years, continuously from 2002. We had to stop during COVID because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it was difficult, like, because something like this is quite fragile. If a few key people leave, or if things break down, it can disappear. But we managed to survive. Enough of us stayed here.
Yeah.
And last year we were reborn. Not to be too dramatic about it. So yeah, still going strong after 21 years.
Yeah. What do you think's going to bring? Like, what's the next 21 years going to bring? Like, let's think a little bit more short term. The next year or two, do you see numbers going up or
yeah, hopefully. Yeah. We really hope so. I mean, what I would say is that the biggest, there's two big selling points to our club. Is the game itself, which is a lot of fun. It's very intense and physical, but it's also it's not dangerous, so you can get involved and play at a high intensity, but you're unlikely to get hurt. But the other thing is just the great people.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a great way to make friends. Everyone's really sound, and yeah, just to make friends and have fun and exercise as well. So
yeah,
I think what we have here is really good. It's really beneficial, and the main thing is to get people to see it, to come out and try it. Because I think one big obstacle we have is, like, when we explain what it is, I don't know how many people have said to me, is that just for Irish people? And it's like, it's not. It's really not. Like, Darlene and so many of our players are not Irish.
Yeah. How many? Like, give us a gauge now. How many countries are represented?
On the women's team, it's definitely more than 50%.
Yeah.
I mean, 60, maybe 70% are non-Irish. On the men's team, it's a lower percentage. Maybe 20%, 25%.
Yeah.
We would be hoping to get up those numbers, but
how are you going to do that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not easy. Like, we push hard on social media. Actually, a lot of people this year showed up because they saw us on Instagram.
Okay.
They just showed up trains, like, oh, we saw you on Instagram. It's like, oh, welcome.
Yeah.
Just recruiting around the area here, talking to people in bars, putting up flyers, that kind of thing. But a lot of it's friends too. So people will show up, bringing friends. Word of mouth. But no, we do our best. But we do hope. Hopefully, we can get a few more out in the next year or two. But the main thing is that I'm confident once people come and see it, that they'll stay, because it's a lot of fun. It's good workout and great. You meet great people, and you get
to see a nice bit of the country too, and the training facilities are always in nice areas. It's nice scenery around there.
And we've been very lucky this year. Actually, Kevin Conlon has been very helpful. Been able to secure training pitches close to the centre of Seoul. So either Shimpampo during the week, and then the Seoul National University of Education at the weekend. So it's not too far. When I first came here, oh God, a history lesson. When I first came here, we had to train wherever we could find training. So it's like, this week we're training in Incheon.
Yeah.
The next week we're training in Yongin.
Right.
The next week in Noan. And there was one we used to do way up north. It's the last stop of line number 1. Do you know what the last stop of line number 1 up north? The last stop. No, up north, near the North Korean border. Oh, what's the name of the place? But it's literally the last stop on line number 1.
And that was the only place you could find a pitch to.
Yeah, in those, because finding pitches is always difficult. So it's a real struggle for us. But we're very lucky with Kevin Conlon this year. He's really helped out with us. And Ollie Cunningham, the legend. When the base was operational, we used to train on the base. We trained there for years and years. But it's kind of been shut down now, so we can't train there anymore. But yeah, it's tough. But if we can train in this area in Seochogu, it helps with numbers as well. It helps bring people out.
Yeah.
So you say to someone, training's on in Shimpampo or in Seoul National University of Education, as opposed to training's on Incheon.
It's near North Korea.
or North Korea. But it's better than it used to be. So yeah, no, it's good. It's really good.
So you're making it accessibility is going to be the key. Like if you can make it so people can go, then they probably will go.
Yes, it's a big part of it.
Darlene, is there anything you found really challenging about playing the game or being involved? Like
challenging.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to learn a lot, yes, for sure, every single time. But then feel like even if I learn this much, after that, right after the tournament, feel like I have to learn this much more. Feel like my brain just like, wow, clear up. Okay?
Yeah,
I feel like, wow, I learned a lot this much, but then there's more this much that I have to learn every single tournament.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
But the game is evolving a lot. I think when I was playing, in the 80s, when I was a kid, 80s and 90s, the game was kind of always only played in one particular way, especially in Cavan and Kerry, they played a particular brand of football. But now it's evolving. Every time I tune in to watch a game of football, there's new tactics. Like I was watching the Derry team with their goalie up past the halfway line and stuff like that.
The goalkeeper coming out.
Yeah.
We were in Asia. We were ahead of the curve there.
Okay.
So at the moment in Ireland, people are going mad about goalkeepers coming off the line. Out here for years, goalkeepers coming out, joining the play, and I'm in favour. I think it's exciting.
Pressing the field, yeah.
And you press up and you make an extra man, but also it's more fun for the goalkeeper as well.
Yeah.
It's like, because it can be hard to convince someone, hey, you stand in goals. We'll all be out here having fun and you stand in goals.
Yeah.
But whereas here we can say, yeah, you go in goals, but you can come out and join the play. You can get involved.
Yeah.
And so out in Asia we've been doing that for years. It's all hat out here.
That's a really interesting point, Darlene. Yeah, just evolving with the game and learning. You feel like you've got something nailed, but then
There's another one I have to.
There's always another level, right?
That's actually quite hard. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get there, I'm sure. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, not too long.
Well,
Hopefully.
I hope Darlene doesn't mind me saying that you have improved a lot over the last few years.
Oh.
Yeah. So just keep listening to your coaches and keep training hard, and it's been great.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
All right, well, thanks, lads. Really appreciate you popping in. Is there anybody you think? You mentioned Ollie there. He'd be a good man to get on here.
He'd be a great guy to do.
Yes. Yeah, he's got some stories. He's got all the stories,
He
right?
always brings the lovely food and drinks.
Yeah.
Definitely Ollie if you can, yeah.
Anybody else you can think of? Maybe we should get on for a chat, for a bit of a scale.
Soyeon, maybe?
Okay.
Soyeon was playing since 2008. Like, she introduced me to the club. I walked in here, well, not here, Wolf found her previous bar, and she was behind the bar, and she was saying to me, hey, do you want to come play Gaelic football?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, she recruited me into the club.
Right, there you go.
2008? 2009?
Well, that was 2008, but she was playing before that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So one last thing, like, as more Irish people are apparently coming out this way, like, what would you suggest to a young Irish person coming out to Korea? Like, how to get grounded here? Is the Gaels the way to go? Or
join the Gaels. Yeah,
join the Gaels. How do we find you?
Well, we're on Facebook, Seoul Gaels on Facebook. We're on Instagram, Seoul Gaels GA, and just
Google it.
Just Google it. Get on Instagram or Facebook, and we're there. And send us a message. We'll get right back to you. Yeah.
Thanks, Darlene. Thanks, Kino.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Tune in next time. Let's see who we get.
Bye.